Hey guys, this is Tristan from Spiritual Success, and I have a message for you today about FOMO, fear of missing out. I'm sure you've all heard the term. It's present in our society. It's one of those things that the mind just can't let go of, this idea that there's something better over the horizon. There's another place we have to be other than where we are now. And I had an experience of this today, and I want to share it. I was actually seeing the Indian emissary, the hugging saint named Amma. I was over at the conference at the LAX Hilton here in Los Angeles, and this is where I got this shirt. My religion is love, Amma. So this is one of her foundational beliefs, is that the only religion is love, the only truth is love. Love is what we are. So that's really, I bought this shirt because of the image of the heart. The heart is really this universal symbol. And of course it means love. And it also, everyone can connect to it because everyone has a heart. Everyone has the same connection to themselves, their heart, their truth. And of course the heart, with its infinite wisdom, connects us to the source of all that is. So our heart is the gateway. It is the gateway. And we're just finding our way back home. That's all we're doing in this spiritual journey. It doesn't get more complicated than that. So I want to tell you about my experience. I went to see Amma today. I was there probably at 10:30 a.m. So just a few minutes, maybe 10:45 or 11 a.m. I was actually in the room, sitting down, waiting to receive my hug. And it was a long process. It took a couple hours. It was a beautiful experience. There was kirtan music, there was chanting, there was a beautiful vibe, just a great feeling overall. I could sit there peacefully, meditate, soak up the sounds, soak up the vibrations, be around this loving energy. And it was great. And then I did receive my hug and I sat back down. I even explored the conference area, and I got this t-shirt. I had a great meal. I met someone who was volunteering there. We had a great conversation, made a great connection. And all of a sudden I had gone because I had heard about something going on from the hours of 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then I learned about an even more special ceremony at 7 p.m. And the whole place was filling up around 4 o'clock to basically fill the major conference room, the larger banquet room where Amma will be live. And then there was a spillover patio area, outdoor patio area with hundreds of chairs for all the influx of people that were coming in. Apparently there's this ceremony is grand in how they carry out Amma on some sort of, elevated chair, and she's dressed in ceremonial garb, and it's just a very colorful musical ritual kind of ceremony. From what I understand, it's not to be missed. So right now, as I make this video, I'm not there. I actually left. And I want to talk about this. This is important because I don't have any fear of missing out. And it's strange to me. A part of me kept hearing, this is going to be so great. This is going to be so great. Several people told me that. So of course, part of my mind, my logical mind, my ego mind, I guess you could say, is thinking, well, I have to be here. But I had only intended to be there for the morning. That's why I went early. And I intended to be done by 3, and I have somewhere to be tonight at 7. I'm committed to my writers group. This is I've made a powerful intention to write a book this year. So that was my intention, to be at this writers group. But while I was at the conference, I was thinking, well, this is a very special event. This supersedes anything else I had on my calendar. I should stay here because everyone says it's a great event. There's hundreds of people coming in just to see this event. Why would I leave? But my intuition started to tell me very clearly, you're done here. You've received what you came here to receive. Now leave. And I had a little bit of a moment of conflict. I got into a very long line to receive a token to get another hug from Amma in the evening, and to be admitted into this large banquet room where they're having the ceremony. while I was in that line and had another 45 minutes to wait just to receive my token, just to receive gain entry into that banquet room, I got this intuitive feeling that I wasn't meant to be there. I'm a visual person. And then whenever something's meant to be, I see myself in that scenario very clearly. I can see myself. I can see who's around me. I can see, I can imagine myself, visualize myself in that situation. And I can feel the feelings. Maybe that's a psychic quality. I believe everyone has that quality, but that's something I've developed. So I'm guided by my visions and I'm guided by my feelings. And if this is new to you, I want you to listen. This is just normal to me. I've developed this awareness and I'd like to teach it if you're not familiar with how to operate this way. I want to give you an idea. This is a concept from A Course in Miracles, and I live by the Course in Miracles now. I've been studying the Course for several years and only recently really been applying myself to it. And I've made dramatic shifts and I've come to a level of peace that was unimaginable to me last year even, because I took this leap into a faith-filled life, into entrepreneurial ventures, into living my purpose, and it requires a massive amount of faith. And sometimes you just need those truth statements. And A Course in Miracles has brought me back to the truth through its truth statements, its divine truth. So the statement that I want to share with you is this saying from A Course in Miracles, and it comes directly from the book. And it says, before you choose to do anything, ask me, meaning God, ask me if your choice is in accord with mine. If you are sure that it is, there will be no fear. So let me circle back to fear of missing out. Why do we experience fear of missing out? Because we're making decisions from the ego or the logical, rational mind. If you make all your decisions from the logical mind, and you're giving into your likes, your preferences, and you think that's how you can base a decision, watch how this works. You'll make a decision, you'll think it's a good one, and then after you've made the decision and you're experiencing the result of that decision, then you get mixed feelings. Oh, I should have done that other thing. Intuitively, you knew what to do, but you allowed yourself to make the decision from the logical mind, didn't you? Right? You can't deny it. You knew. Everyone is like, I knew it. I had this feeling that I should have done something else. But then I rationalized my way into this decision. So really you have to, if you make your bed, you got to sleep in it. So if you're making a decision, then you got to live by that decision. So here's what I'm going to suggest. Make your decision based on the heart. Listen to the heart, okay? I'm telling you, I was in a line for about an hour and I had 45 minutes to go just to get this token, just to gain entry into the banquet room where the big ceremony is being held. I'm thinking to myself, I've already invested an hour. I've only got a little bit longer to go until I gain entry into this banquet room and get to behold this fabulous ceremony. But a part of me was like, no, you're done here. And here's the trick. I had to distinguish between the ego voice and the intuitive voice, because the ego could have just dropped a bomb in the middle of this and mixed up my whole awareness of what was going on. I've trained myself to be very clear in how I communicate with my inner guidance. I need to be in a clear space. And what I do, I'm going to share with you my secret. And this is how I make all my decisions. I don't really care what people think of me. I've gotten past the point of, public approval. If I look stupid in public, I don't really care. But as it turns out, I'm at a spiritual gathering. So if I stop in the middle of a crowd, close my eyes, put my hand over my heart, and pause for a minute while I check in with my intuition, then I don't really care who's looking at me. This is my process. This is what I do. So I ask myself, first of all, I want to get into a neutral space. Okay? So I want my emotional body to be neutral. I don't want to be overly excited. I don't want to be thinking about something else. I don't want to give in to any lower emotions. So I come to my heart. I put my hands over my heart and I say the word neutral or clear. You want to be clear or you want to be neutral? Let's just say the word neutral. So go to your heart space, hands over the heart. You can take a deep breath if you need to connect to your heart. Say the word neutral. And now ask yourself, here's what I did. I asked myself, is it in my highest good to stay? And when I was at the event, I asked myself, is it in my highest good to stay? Now, here's the trick. Your internal guidance system is always communicating with you. It communicates through feelings. Good feelings will feel buoyant and light and expansive. Negative feelings will feel heavy, like they're pulling you down, like they're weighing you down. It may even feel like you're twisting up inside or contracting. So the answer no to your when you ask your intuition a question, if you get a heaviness, the answer is no. If you get a lightness, a buoyancy, the answer is yes. So I asked myself, is it in my highest good to stay? See, my whole body kind of turned inward. I felt a heaviness. The answer is no. Even though it's a spiritual event, even though it's with a woman known as the hugging saint who exudes an energy that is unimaginable. It's unconditional love. People line up for hours. Millions of people have come to see her. She's just full of unconditional love. Why would I walk away from that? My logical mind couldn't understand that, but I had to trust in the divine plan. I asked, is it in my higher good to go to my writers group tonight? I felt an expansiveness. I feel it right now. As I ask that again, I feel an expansiveness. There's an expansiveness in my heart when I ask the two questions. It's just a simple question. Should I stay at this one event or should I go to this other event? This is how I live my life. I've been following my heart for many years. I've literally moved to LA because I listened to my heart. I went to another country to live. I went to Spain and lived on the Mediterranean island of Ibiza because I listened to my heart and listened to my dreams. My dreams communicated to me. I began writing down what I heard in my dreams. The dream was repetitive. I noticed a pattern. I noticed that Ibiza was starting to find its way to me through signs and symbols and words and videos and mentions and things like that. So I've literally physically moved because I followed my heart. Now I operate like that. Every decision I make comes from this intuitive check-in. It's an internal guidance system. It's an emotional guidance system. So if you're in touch with your emotions, not just the negative ones, but the good ones, if you know what it feels like to feel light, expansive, buoyant, radiant, exuberant, inspired, then that's what you're following. When Joseph Campbell says, follow your bliss, what do you think he means? He means follow that joy, that lightness, that part of you that's saying, yes, that's for you. There's something there for you. I don't know what's going to happen at this writers group, but I'm being led there because maybe on some level I need to be there, whether it's to absorb something or to offer something or to contribute something or to gain something or to learn something. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be a special encounter with a certain person or just a little bit of information that I receive that's part of my divine life plan. But if you're truly living according to your divine life plan, you're going to now need to tune into your heart with every decision you make. And the closer you are in alignment with your divine life purpose, the more tuned in you will be to your heart. So your heart never lies. Just like the Course in Miracles says, if you ask me, meaning God, if your choice is in accord with mine, if you are sure that it is, there will be no fear. So live in love and live in fear no longer. Simply tune into the heart, make your decisions from the heart, from your higher guidance, and you know that you're making the right decision. And then you don't get fear of missing out, FOMO, later. You don't get somewhere and then go, I should have done that other thing. Damn. You don't get that. So would you like to stop living with regret? I sure would. As a friend once told me, regret is a wasted emotion. It's an absolute waste of your energy and your mind's energy and your attention. So put your attention on the things that matter. Tune into your heart, listen to it, and follow it. So that's the message today. Follow your heart, be at peace, live in love. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll check in with you later. Bye.